excited for this game. Got two good teams coming in to play each other, and both have high expectations of themselves. And it's been a good 2 weeks of preparation. Seems like we haven't played forever, which is normal on bye week. So ready to go. I expect Warren Herring and Derek Watt both play.
I'm sorry, you expect Derek to be able to go?
Both play, yep.
Coach Edsel this week was talking about coming into a place like Camp Randall, and he'd never been before. You were in that position a couple years ago. Just talk about what you heard before you came here and what you expected.
Well, first of all, they've played in a lot of big-time atmospheres. If you go back and watch their tape from a year ago, and so I think they'll be fine. But there is something special coming in and playing at Camp Randall, and kids know that. They've seen it. They understand the tradition behind it. And as a coaching staff, I've said it many times. I addressed it when I came in here and played. I'm sure they've talked about the tradition and the crowd, and I would bet that they'll get in here tomorrow and take a look at it so the kids can get a feel of it, to understand what Camp Randall is, which is a very special place. So it'll be an experience again that those kids from Maryland will remember forever, that they played in Camp Randall.
Gary, I'm not sure if you know this now or if it'll be a game day feel for the kids, but like for Warren and Derek, do you have a ballpark idea on how much they can play? And for Derek, is it just at fullback? Is it perhaps at H-back too? You know what? I don't know that for sure on offense, if he has any H-back plays. I know he's obviously got fullback plays. For both of those kids, there is no limitations on the amount of snaps that they can take and they can have. We have the ability to keep them in really good shape, even though they're not completely weight bearing with the training facilities that all the trainers and the strength guys have. So they should be in. They're not in perfect football shape, but they should be good enough to get a pretty good amount of reps, I'd say. What does Derek bring for you guys?
Well, experience. He's been in this moment. He's proven to be a very good fullback. I think he's a weapon in the blocking. He's a weapon in obviously catching the ball, and he's shown that. And I think he brings a familiar face into a position that's good. Now Austin's filled in and done a very nice job also. So, but it's nice to get him back for our team, and it's nice to get him back for himself. He caught a ball on the flat yesterday and went in and walked in on the touchdown, and you could see it through the film. He had a big smile on his face and was happy to be back out there.
I think Derek is back a little sooner than you had thought. I know the initial diagnosis was sometime in November. Is it quicker than you had anticipated in any way?
This is the time frame I expected for about the last couple weeks at least, I would say. And as I said at the beginning of the week, I was very optimistic that he would play, and he will.
Gary, Sojourn has talked about trying to be more consistent. Mm-hmm. I know he got the 3 flags against Illinois, but how would you rate him on that day in terms of battling wide receivers for position and competing for the ball compared to earlier games?
Yeah, he was in the spot. A couple times he got caught, lost his patience a little bit late in the rep. You got your back turned, the ball's in the air. It's hard to just stay calm, but I think he was in better position. He played with better technique. He was fundamentally sound, and played the zone coverages in this last game very, very well, which is his recognition of routes that are coming his way have definitely improved. So he had a solid game. No one wants to get 3 PIs on him, but I guess we don't need to get into the were they or weren't they, so we'll go from there.
Is it possible that Tanner will play someplace other?
Who's that?
Tanner will play someplace other than quarterback this week?
Not this week.
No.
He'll be a quarterback and quarterback only.
Now, Andy said this week that the reps wouldn't be as skewed as they were against Illinois, that he had planned on Tanner maybe playing a little more, but it just didn't go with the flow in the second half. I imagine you expect a little more balance in some regard than just one series.
And again, I would think a lot of it has to do with the flow of the game, but I would expect him to play definitely more than one series.
Melvin talked earlier this week. He was saying the identity of this team is still kind of free-flowing and still, and he likes that. He thinks that's a positive thing that people are still changing at this point of the season. Yeah,
absolutely. I want him to be. I want him to be, loose. I want him to have fun. I want to have some character. I want him to have a little swag amongst themselves, and I think our kids handle that very well. This game's got to be fun. If it's a torture to walk out here and practice, then you're never going to be successful. But I think our kids prepare well. If you watch us practice, we practice as high a level as anybody in the country, is my guess. I don't see everybody practice, but I love the way they practice, and they enjoy each other, which is very important. Anything else? Okay, that was easy. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.